As we celebrate Black History Month, one Colorado program is taking history beyond the classroom. A fellowship founded by former Denver Mayor Michael Hancock is sending students across the Deep South, turning Black history into a living experience.
You could read things multiple times, look at things multiple times, but then when you're actually there and it's in front of your face, it's like, wow.
The wow comes quietly at first, on old brick streets in New Orleans, under heavy Mississippi trees, on land where stories are still settling into the soil.
In school, we're taught like slavery and like hardship, of course, but I think a lot more than that. I saw like progression and I saw joy.
Joy, that's not always the word students expect to use when talking about Black history. But for Colorado Academy junior Naima Bryant, it's the one that stayed. She's part of the first cohort of the Hancock Heritage Fellowship, created by former Denver Mayor Michael Hancock after he left office and went searching for his next chapter.
One of the things that stops abruptly is that you wake up every day with a purpose. You're focused, you know what you're working on, and then all of a sudden, that's gone.
He found that purpose walking through the Deep South.
At that moment in time, it hit me. We need to make sure we bring young people to this history. They need to see it.
So now each summer, selected fellows travel across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, visiting landmarks, museums, even plantations.
Hearing and feeling a deep connection that meant that stuff has changed, but there needs to be more change, and I am responsible for that change.
Responsible. That word lingers too.
If I could just soak up as much knowledge as I can, it really just gives me a clearer path of my future.
For the Daniels Fund Scholarship finalists, the trip didn't just shift Josiah Hurt's understanding of the past, it clarified his future.
Before the trip, I really wasn't that interested in going to HBCUs, and then of course on the trip I was introduced to it.
A trip to Atlanta introduced Josiah to Morehouse College.
And I just felt this school is built and tailored for young men like me to succeed, so why not Morehouse?
Hancock says the change he sees in his students is steady and undeniable.
So I see them a lot more confident, a little more focused, but also eager to continue learning.
At a time when some fear parts of that history could be softened or sidelined, he says that growth matters even more.
They may try to marginalize it, they may try to erase it, but at the end of the day, if we know it and we continue to teach it, just like back in the oral tradition, it'll continue on, and that's what's important.
For students like Josiah and Naima, that impact is personal.
It made me feel like I am way more than what I've come from.
The Hancock Heritage Fellowship selects 10 to 15 high school sophomores and juniors each year for an 8-month immersive study on African American history. To check it out, just head to hancockfoundation.org. And another piece I didn't mention that, students might be interested in addition to going to the South and doing all of this traveling over 2 weeks, you also get a $3,000 stipend.
Whoa!
For the summer, because former Mayor Hancock wants students not to worry about having a summer job or having to juggle, and that's a really good bonus with this as well.
That's some good money for a teenager. That seems so cool. What a cool program. That's the first group to go.
That is.
It once a summer, they kind of...
That's right. The application process is supposed to end on Monday, but if anybody out there watching this, any mamas who want their babies to do this, Mayor Hancock said that he would keep it open for a few more days. So get those applications in, because it really is. I was listening to this. I'm like, I'm 41. I would love to go do something like this. Go to see historical landmarks and learn more about my history in the South. Sign me up.
Yeah. What a cool program. Good for them.